All right, what's going on, everybody? I am actually really excited about the supplement that I'm looking at today, Vita HD by HD Muscle. I'm excited because I've heard a lot of good things about the vitamin. I know the people who made it, and I don't really know them, but I know who they are. Dorian Hamilton, and I don't know if that's why you call it HD. Its initials backwards, but anyways, HD Muscle, Vita HD. If you're in the competitive bodybuilding space, you probably know who Dorian is. He owns Pure Muscle and Fitness, him and some friends or his brother. I'm not entirely sure. And I don't know if he created this vitamin, if he had a team who made it, if he had input. I really don't know, but I'm going to be completely honest in my review. As always, if there's things that I don't think are great, I'll say it. I'll also say things that I think are great, but here it is. So we're going to take a look at, let's see what they say and what they claim first. So Vita HD is truly revolutionary, precisely dosed, one-of-a-kind supplement created to deliver results beyond traditional multivitamins and all-in-one mineral blends for complete and total human optimization. And that's the very first thing I notice. Complete and total human optimization. I think that's going to be a bit of a stretch for any vitamin, multivitamin, multi-mineral, anything. But again, he's trying to provide a high-end formula, and I'm assuming, I have checked it out, but I'm assuming they're more high potency as well, and that's what they're aiming for, because they're targeting people who are athletic. I mean, it says it right here. Let's see. Herbal extracts and nutrients designed to target specific systems and pathways in the human body to support athletic performance. Okay, so they are tailoring this. I'm sure he has his clients using this as well, which I'm sure helps for publicity, which is wonderful. But let's see what it claims. Prime and strengthen your immune and recovery systems from oxidative and free radical damage. Cool. Enhance natural energy, mood, and focus. Promote cellular integrity and mitochondrial health. So that's always great. And again, especially if you're working out, you want the powerhouse of the cell, the mitochondria, to be pumping and fulfilling the energy demands that you're placing on it. Reduce stress, fatigue, and promote a state of balance. That's cool. In more general terms, when companies do this, like promote a state of balance, what that means to me and what that means to you might be a little bit different. So, quotes like this I don't love, because again, I do feel like that's a little bit different for everyone. My state of balance might be a little different than yours, so I'm not sure exactly what they're intending there. But reducing fatigue and stress is always good. Support healthy bone and joint health while reducing inflammation. Who wouldn't want that? So why don't we actually check it out? Okay. Vitamin A as palmitate, acetate, and beta carotene. And I almost hate to do this because, like I said, I have looked at the formula. I do like it. I think it's a good vitamin. I'm going to say that right off the bat. But just the labeling of this, 50% palmitate, which could be animal or plant source. It probably says somewhere. I'm not sure. But for some people, that's important. If they don't take or ingest any animal products, then they would want a plant source for this vitamin A. And palmitate can be either. So I'm not entirely sure what they used. Sorry about that. But here's the interesting part. 50-50 vitamin A and beta carotene. So is that 50-50 down the middle? So 2,500 of each? Because here is the only issue I have with this, and it's really labeling. It's not sourcing or the vitamin itself, but beta carotene is like a precursor. Okay, vitamin A, retinol is what you want. Now, beta carotene on its own is a good antioxidant, so I love that they include it. But if you're healthy, your liver will convert every 3 IUs of beta carotene to 1 IU of actual retinol. So if there's 7,500 IUs of beta carotene, then you'd get 2,500 IUs of actual vitamin A. So, the labeling there, if you see what I mean, is a little bit confusing. Is it 2,500 IUs of beta carotene? Well, then once that body converts it, once your liver converts it, then you're only getting 800 IUs, if I'm doing the math right. And that's if your liver's healthy. If it's not, then it's going to convert even less. And if you have liver issues, if you're a diabetic, if you have thyroid problems, then you're going to need a water dispersible version. So again, maybe that's why they have beta carotene here. But again, I don't really like the labeling because I'm not sure exactly how much I'm getting because of the conversion factor. Vitamin C 500, that's a decent dose. Don't pay attention to these. Never pay attention to these, because when they decide what the daily value is, the estimated average requirement, the recommended daily allowance, the recommended daily intake, there's a lot of different terms for it, but EAR is usually what they go by, and this is more in the States, but it's estimated average requirement. And how they came up with that is the minimum amount that 50% of the population would need to stay healthy. So that in itself is an issue for me. So I don't care what these are. Maybe they just put this in here to pump up the values because it does look really good. Like, holy crap, I'm getting all of this stuff, 2,000% of my B2 intake. But again, I don't really pay attention to these. Everyone's going to need a different amount based on your unique biochemistry, right? So, but I like that there's 500. Everyone's going to need a couple thousand. That's my personal opinion, that most everyone in the world would benefit from taking 2,000 milligrams or more, depending on your unique circumstances, every day. But again, that's a decent dose. And you don't want all of your vitamin and mineral content to only come from these vitamins, right? We know that. We want some to come from food as well, obviously, from nature. Vitamin D, 1,000 I use. I love that. I think that's fantastic. And keep in mind, this is when you take 5 capsules. Okay, they want you to take 5. I don't have any problem with that, and I think that's very reasonable. I think when companies come out and say, hey, you only need 1 a day, it's a complete joke. And you might as well just flush your money down the toilet a lot of times. I'm not saying some isn't better than nothing, but we'll review those vitamins another time and you'll see exactly what I mean. So anyways, that's great. Vitamin E, 150 IU, great. They're very, very few people are deficient in this or require a high dose. K2, wonderful that they put that in there. Some vitamin companies don't even include that in multis, which is mind-boggling. B1, these amounts are fine. They're nothing crazy. They're kind of middle of the road, which is totally fine. B12, I love that they use methylcobalamin rather than cyano. This is a better absorber or more bioactive version, although some people do require the other, depending on health circumstances. But I like that they included this biotin. B5, here's where we get into something else. When we go into the minerals, everything here is this, like, what is this, tracks? It's some unique or trademarked delivery system. When it comes to minerals, they've done many studies. You only need to, and I'm talking about this because it says it's a chelate. You really only need to chelate microminerals, not macrominerals. So I would only be chelating selenium, chromium, and vanadium. You'd only need to chelate those. And studies have proven that otherwise, as long as you take this with food, there's no difference in absorption. So if this tracks costs more money or these ingredients are more expensive, they could get rid of it for some of them, quite frankly, and have just the same amount of absorption and maybe cut the price down a little bit. But anyways, let's take a look down here and see. Magnesium 200, again, they keep using this chelate. So again, you only need that for the microminerals. The macrominerals, zinc, iron, they should be in an organic form, which means they have a carbon. Okay, that's important because then it's energetically kind of neutral. Okay, when you chelate, or if you have inorganic minerals, which should be like the electrolytes, as well as like silicone and iodine, that's fine to have them inorganic. They don't need a carbon. The body will break them down into negative and positive ions. The amino acids will pick them up and do their own chelating and deliver them where they need to go. But for something like iron, which people have digestive problems with iron and constipation, they don't absorb it well. It's very underutilized when you take in supplement form because they do these things like chelation or they put it in an inorganic form. Iron, zinc need to be organic, which means they can pass through the intestinal wall a little bit easier. They're not negatively or positively charged, because when iron is charged, then it just actually gets sticky, sticks to the intestines. That's what causes the digestive discomfort, the constipation, and of course, then lack of absorption as well. Now, looking at Vita HD, they don't include iron, which I think is very smart anyways. I certainly wouldn't include it. But again, this looks really good. I love that they include molybdenum. If molybdenum wasn't in a vitamin, I wouldn't take it. It's as simple as that. If I look at a multi that doesn't have molybdenum, it's probably not very good. But I'm disappointed in one thing here, because honestly, I really do think this is a good vitamin so far, at least down the first half of it here on the left side. They don't have vanadium. And that's one of the micro minerals I mentioned. I don't know why they wouldn't include it. Maybe he has his reason, but I would certainly, it's really good for detoxification for the liver. I would really want vanadium included in my multi. Anyways, let's go on. So they have like a human protocol complex. So mushroom extracts, great. I'm down. That strontium, I'll give them like bonus points here for including strontium. Barely anyone includes strontium. People don't even know what it is, but this actually helps with bone building. I mean, you have, calcium, everything's calcium for the bones. Yes, fine. But strontium actually helps your body build bone back. So you have like osteoclasts and osteoblasts. Osteoclasts are like breaking down the bone, which you need to have happen. And then, osteoblasts rebuild. And that's how you recycle cells and tissues in bones. And as you age, there's more and more osteoclasts, and osteoblasts aren't being proliferated as quickly. So your bones start to deteriorate. And this is part of aging. So the fact that they include strontium to actually build bones back, I think is build bones back. I think that's really great. I give them points for that, because that's really wonderful. Plant phytosterols, wonderful. I think they include a lot of antioxidants in here. Quercetin, glutathione, a lot of antioxidants, which again is really important if you're an athlete and you're working out. Ubiquinol, so the more, bioavailable active part of coenzyme Q10, great for energy production, of course, within the mitochondria, so that's fantastic. Ginkgo biloba, that's great. I haven't even heard of that one in a long time. Used for blood flow in the brain, memory. People use it for, some mental sharpness as well. They have a lot of great things in here, to be honest. I really like this. Turmeric for anti-inflammatory. So they're fulfilling at least their promises of anti-inflammatory, building bones, immune support. So, they're really coming through in their promises. I really like this. Like I said, I really love the amounts that they're putting in here for most things. 5-HTP. I wonder why they included that. I'd like to know why they included that. The problem with taking 5-HTP in a multi, for me at least, I would take 5-HTP. I have taken it before, but this cuts you off from some potential buyers. If you're using an SSRI, if you're on like antidepressants, then you can't take this. And that's going to be one drawback. Not that this is meant for people with depression or to replace an SSRI, but now that segment of the market can't use this product. People with taking SSRIs can't take 5-HTP. Otherwise, I gotta say, I really like this product. It's great. I think it's a great product. I think it looks sharp. I don't know where they sell this other than online, but you see that on a shelf, you'd probably be drawn to it too. They did a really good job. Price, $100, and you get 60 servings. So what are you looking at? $1.70, more or less, a serving. That's not too bad. So $1.70 a day, and you get all that. I honestly think that's a really good value too. You can see from the reviews. 4.9 after 71 reviews. Let's see what people say. This is the first multi I've tried that doesn't make me sick, doesn't make me tired, and doesn't have artificial coloring, unnecessary ingredients. Totally agree. I absolutely love it. I've been searching for a product like this for so long. Thank you. Wow, that's cool. That's interesting too. So vitamins used to make this person sick. There might be something else going on that they want to look at. But anyways, great. Amazing products. Love how convenient it is. Why is it convenient? Why is it convenient? Just pills. Anyways. Do they come in packs? Is it a pack of 5? Is that what it is? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I should try it. You know what? Maybe I'll actually buy this. I actually really like it. But anyways, I'm not sure why it's convenient. This product is so convenient to get all my vitamins in one product. Best product I've ever used. Wow. good reviews, decent price, $1.70 a serving. It gives you a lot of stuff. There's a couple things I found with it that I would improve. Is it the best multi I've ever seen? No, there's some multis out there that people don't even know exist, that you don't even find in like over-the-counter stores that cost hundreds of dollars, that really push it to a new level. But for its intended purpose, a general purpose multivitamin, and maybe if you're on the athletic side, 100%, I would take this, and I think it's a good product.